if we start looking at spiritual capital or spiritual capitalism, we believe that spirituality is subject to the same changes, evolutions, effects as the current capitalistic system, monetary things and material things. Now, if I would compare these two things, that would mean that spiritual capital is something you can increase, you can write off, you can have or not have in a company. In my view, it's rather a question to what extent we can release the ability, the potential in everybody on spirituality within a system. I don't think our system is wrong. I think our system has partially the wrong focus because the evolution of economics has not happened as much as the environment and the development of human being has developed. We're still in the 18th, 17th, 18th century in our beliefs on economics, where this comes from more simple engineering ideas. And I think it's more the question not having a different system, but activating resources, because in my view, human resource is the only resource which is abundant and is rather growing the more we put it into development, into flourishing. Search for meaning, in my view, is embedded in the human individual, like many other characteristics, which differentiates us a lot from a human being or a robot. Search for meaning is, in my view, one of the most powerful motivating factors and the easiest one to activate if we finally understand that this performance you want to have in a company is strongly depending on that sort of motivation. It's not a new wave, it's simply embedded in everybody. It is something a child sees as much as an adult, so it's not depending on an education system. It's not a wave, it's something we have, or many companies today still neglect. And I have a lot of experience out of exactly activating that part in relating the company's purpose to a higher purpose, which immediately activates energies which you haven't seen before. Actually, that is the first step every company, in my view, should do. And what I have done in the recent decades is basically starting off by asking that question: what would be the world without us as an entity, as a company, as a corporation? Redefining it if necessary, putting the existing product, activities, services in a higher context. And the outcome is fascinating. It is, in the classical economics, unbeatable efficiency gains. It is surprising fast commitment of employees, which materializes in dropping fluctuation rates, in dramatically increasing new incoming people who want to be part of that story or that change, always under the condition that is a credibly lived reality and not just a green painting approach. But the effects, in my view, are by far bigger, and that I can prove, than any other approach to lean out companies or to push more efficiency through whatever other way of motivating. The key point is that curtain we need to lift off from the perception of many shareholder levels that they believe that pressure is still a stronger motivator for performance than engagement, than intrinsic motivation, than anything like this. So I think the answer is very simple. Most of the people who lived it have been just amazed about themselves, growing to really engaged people, enormous strive for learning and for ambition. I think the key point is that still on a level of shareholders, there's still a lot of perception needed, which is understandable because most of them were educated in economic assumptions, which are outdated since long, but they have never lived that reality. So in a way, it needs to be still, let's say, demonstrated or perceived by shareholders that this is actually the big success factor in my view.